What's up, guys? It's Crash, and we kind of went from famine to feast in the shooter space. I feel like there wasn't a lot of stuff going on, and now things are really ramping up. We have the finals playtest going on. BattleBit Remastered just launched, and then right after that, we have another open playtest for XDefiant. And then let's throw on top of that some new gameplay footage and an alpha test that has been announced for Arc Raiders from Embark Studios. And as you guys can imagine from X-Dice developers, this gameplay, for lack of a better term, I don't know how it'll play, but it looks stunning, and it's actual pre-alpha gameplay that I really want to look at with you guys today. One of the things that we are going to do today is talk a little bit about some new gameplay ideas that they announced with this playtest, and then I want to show you guys where you can sign up for the alpha. And finally, I want to take a closer look at some of this gameplay footage because we can see a few things in there. I want to make sure that you guys have seen everything and make sure you didn't miss anything because it looks really cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. In a blog post over on Steam, Alexander Grundahl talked about some of the things they are changing and what is upcoming for the game. He said, Arc Raiders drops players into a lethal but stunningly beautiful future Earth with hair-raising moments of survival and suspense. Human versus machine, human versus human, together or alone, and you versus the sometimes conflicting nature of your own humanity, all in the spectacular backdrop of a landscape littered with the haunting remains of the past. And it sounds like, especially based on the trailer that we're going to get to in just a little bit, they're really trying to play off of you make the choices and you have to live with them. So it sounds like a really cool gameplay loop. He goes on to say that the next step for us is a closed alpha test to get the feedback on the game's core systems and loops. This will be the first road to test of the Arc Raiders and an important step for the game, which is so far has never been in the hands of external players. Another important thing that he does note is that the test will be closed and under NDA because work remains on the game and we're not quite ready to reveal everything about it. We have some big theories to prove before it's time to put them on the world stage. And it sounds like just since last spring when they decided to go ahead and add PvP to this game, which it was not originally supposed to be. It was originally supposed to be a co-op PvE survival experience, that they really are going all in on this PvP aspect, this survival extraction looter shooter. And it sounds like they have some new ideas and they want to test those out before they bring it out to the masses and publicly. So what you guys are going to want to do is head over to the Arc Raiders Steam page, potentially wishlist it if you have not. You might as well. It's going to be free to play, so I don't know why you at least wouldn't want to check out this stunning looking world that they're working on. And near the bottom of the page where I highlighted, there will be a green button that says request access. You're going to want to hit that bad boy and hopefully get on the list to be able to play the alpha playtest. So what I wanted to do is take a closer look at some of this gameplay because like I was saying, guys, it looks really cool and we can see some gameplay mechanics in here that I think are really important. There is definitely a place where you can looks like you can revive down players. You guys can see that there's some stunning just some stunning imagery and lighting and stuff like this. I feel like this shot right here, as you guys can see them talking, they talked about how there's going to be traders and potentially trader rep. I got this information from the Steam post. There's a lot of information on that Steam page. You might want to check that out when you go over to sign up for the NDA'd closed alpha test. There's a lot of information over there, but this looks like it could be kind of the underground colony of Speranza, where it sounds like it could potentially be a social space to interact with other players and also maybe collect tasks and missions and stuff from traders, turn in some of your loot and sell that stuff for, I would assume there's going to be an in-game currency. Again, you can kind of see the vastness of the space. This looks like some stuff you could loot or some remnants of the past as they talked about. Again, we can keep an eye too on the different classes of Arc Raiders. On their website, they talk about some of the differences. If you guys are interested in a deeper dive video, please let me know. But you guys can see the different specialists. He's one of them. They have kind of different traits and things they can do in characters as you can play as. This is our first look at some pre-alpha gameplay, and I gotta tell you guys, they talk about we have to get back to base. It's getting dark, could potentially allude to a day-night cycle. You guys can see night gameplay here. Could be a little bit higher risk. It looks so cool, man. The lighting is really good. As you guys know, this is in Unreal Engine 5. The finals looks amazing, so they're doing the same thing here. Hopefully the frame rates are up there a little bit, but you guys can see the machines a little bit. This is how they that's the AI you're going to fight against. Also the Raiders. Again, some of these alien bots that you have to fight against, the Arc, as they describe them as. If you guys remember, Embark Studios a long time ago when they first started the studio, they talked about how they are actually training these guys with machine learning and AI. So they would kind of program them, and then the Arc or these assets in the game would actually teach themselves how to walk and move across the landscape and animate themselves. So that was pretty cool. There's a lot of new tech in this game coming out from Embark Studios. The former DICE developers are really innovating in this space. This is the first time they talk about the raiders that you're going to have to fight against the enemy AI. You guys can see him sniping up here. Again, another look at actual gameplay. Again, it doesn't quite look as good as the pre-rendered trailers, but the textures and the lighting and everything look really nice, and it appears to be at least in 60 frames on this machine. And then we get kind of another look of, it looks like Signs when you first see the aliens walk across the street. This looks like the bad guys that we're going to be fighting. Again, I like the fact if they're all kind of similar to this with the giant headdress with the horn sticking up, that'll be a really cool and easy way to identify if this is a friendly or not, or if it's an enemy AI. Like this is the potentially the AI that you're going to have to fight against. Another thing, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but the third person, you kind of get the third person peek around the corner. I don't know how that's going to play out in PvP. That remains to be seen a little bit. You definitely have to play third person just a little bit different, knowing that people can corner peek. But the animations look really good, and I really like, if this is the case, how most of the enemy AI is going to look. I really like that quick visual identifier for gameplay reasons, that it's got giant horns on its head. That's an AI bad guy, and I can take him out. Sometimes in Escape from Tarkov, certain scavs and even player scavs can like wear certain things that make them look like PMCs, and it's hard to tell sometimes. So I kind of like that visual identifier from a gameplay perspective. Then it talks about the choices you'll have to make right there. See, so this is another player, and this is a ARC, one of the bad alien machines. So this picture kind of summarizes what they're going for with the choices you have to make. Do you help this person and take out the alien, or do you let them fight it out and then take out the person and loot all their stuff? So that's a really good shot that shows kind of the microcosm of choice that they're going for. Some other interesting images, but I was just really impressed with the gameplay footage of this. And again, another bit of gameplay footage. Now we need to take a look at this image because I don't know what this flare means. What we're going to see in a little bit, notice this half moon shaped piece on this machine right here. What this is alluding to, and he's gonna, this player, he or she is gonna walk up onto a person looting what looks to be one of the enemy AI. And I don't know if when you loot the AI, it puts up a flare or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, or if that's an extraction flare or what that flare is. But notice this piece of machinery right here that's kind of half moon shaped. When it goes into full screen, we can see that half moon shape right up here in the top left corner above my head. And then you can see this appears to be a player looting one of the AI down on the ground, searching his body for items that they can take out. You can see the horns right here to let you know that it is an enemy AI. And then this person is sneaking up with the club, about to do a GTA 5. So it says in the image, you can watch your back. You have enemy ARC in the background searching and looking around. So there's a lot of stuff gameplay wise going on in this shot. If you guys haven't seen it, you need to watch this trailer definitely with some sound. So I'll go ahead and play that here at the end. If you haven't seen it all the way through, keep in mind, or keep those things that we talked about in mind when you go ahead and watch it. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give a little bit of a gameplay breakdown. I'm pretty excited to see this game and play this game, and seeing gameplay like this. It looks really good, and it's going to be free to play and coming out soon. So I feel like Embark Studios is really starting to ramp up things, get a couple games out that look and play really well, and I'm excited to see what it's about. Let me know what you guys think. I can't talk. It's time to end this video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or where you came from. We need raiders who can deliver the goods. If you want to live here, you need to contribute.
We should head back before it gets dark.
Beware of the machines. And beware of raiders who prey on others. And just like them, you're the one living with the choices you make. There are no rules out there, so watch your back.